The cancer-causing properties of processed red meat like sausages and bacon has been given added weight by the World Health Organization. It's given processed meat the same rating as cigarettes.
There's a Group 1 carcinogen hiding in 80% of British fridges right now. And if you've been frying them up for breakfast, throwing them on the barbecue, or feeding them to your children and grandchildren, they could be silently damaging your digestive system, your heart, and your DNA. In today's video, we're exposing 6 of the worst sausage brands sold in British supermarkets. Products that promise quality on the label but failed contamination tests and FSA investigations. And at the end, I'll reveal 2 genuinely trustworthy alternatives you can actually feel good about. This is the sausage truth they don't want you to hear. Let's start with the worst offender. Brand number 1. Richmond. You know Richmond, you've probably bought it. The nation's favourite. That's what they call themselves. 8 thick pork sausages for £2.30 at Tesco. Sounds reasonable, right? Here's what they don't put on the front of the pack. 42% pork. That's it. The absolute legal minimum required to even call something a pork sausage. Which magazine tested 41 sausage brands, and Richmond came dead last for meat content. You're paying £5.61 per kilogram, but when you calculate the actual meat you're getting, that jumps to £13.36 per kilogram. You're buying expensive water and breadcrumbs, and that golden brown colour when you cook them. That's not quality meat caramelizing, that's dextrose, added sugar coating the skin to fake the appearance of proper browning. Trustpilot reviews rate Richmond 1.6 out of 5 stars. One reviewer said their dog refused to eat them. But Richmond keeps this quiet because admitting low meat content would, in their CEO's words, jeopardize brand positioning. It gets worse. Brand number 2. Walls. You've seen Walls in your trolley for decades. 8 thick sausages, £3.10 at Tesco. More expensive than Richmond, so surely better quality. Wrong. Walls contains the exact same 42% minimum pork content. You're paying more and getting the same filler-heavy product. But here's what really matters. Check the small print. Walls sources meat from UK and EU. That means your supposedly British-style sausage might contain 0 British pork whatsoever. You have no way of knowing where that meat actually came from. Multiple consumer reports document food poisoning incidents linked to Walls products. One forum post described giving friends food poisoning on more than one occasion. At £7.56 per kilogram, you're overpaying for a product with the legal minimum meat content and questionable sourcing. Your money deserves better, and so does your stomach. Brand number 3. Morrison's, the best Cumberland. Now, you might think going premium protects you. Morrison's the best range. 6 thick Cumberland sausages for £3. The packaging screams quality. The word best is right there in the name. The Food Standards Agency issued an urgent recall. FSA-PRIN-19-2025. The reason? Blue plastic contamination. Those premium sausages were deemed unsafe to eat. If you'd already bitten into one before the recall, you'd never have known what you were swallowing. This wasn't an isolated incident. Just months earlier, Morrison's was caught up in the complete food group scandal. Metal and plastic detected across 20 different sausage and pastry products. When your premium range fails basic contamination controls, what does that tell you about everything else on their shelves? Premium pricing doesn't guarantee premium safety. Morrison's proved that. Brand number 4. Tesco own brand. Tesco, Britain's biggest supermarket. Surely their quality controls are bulletproof. Think again. Tesco was implicated in both major contamination scandals of recent years. The complete food group recall affected their own label sausage rolls after metal and plastic fragments were discovered. Then, in November last year, Westaway's Hog's Pudding, sold exclusively at Tesco, was recalled because cooking temperatures weren't reached during production, meaning potential E. coli, salmonella, and campylobacter contamination. And let's not forget the horse meat scandal. Tesco's own brand beef burgers tested at 29% horse DNA. Not a trace, not cross-contamination, 29%. That single revelation cost Tesco £300 million in market value. The company that asks you to trust them with your weekly shop couldn't even tell you what animal was in their burgers. Your club card points don't protect you from that. Brand number 5. Asda own brand. Asda's flavourful pork sausages. 8 for £1.79. That's just £3.94 per kilogram. At that price, you have to ask yourself, what are you actually eating? During the horse meat scandal, Asda's track record was arguably the most alarming of all. Their Smart Price corned beef didn't just contain horse DNA, it tested positive for phenylbutazone. That's a veterinary anti-inflammatory drug that's completely banned from the human food chain. It was the first detection of bute in UK food. You were potentially eating medication intended for racehorses. More recently, Asda's simple-to-cook Asian pork belly slices were recalled for undeclared milk and sulfites, allergens that could hospitalize someone with sensitivities. The complete food group contamination hit Asda too. When a supermarket's supply chain fails this consistently, the low prices start looking less like savings and more like warnings. Brand number 6. Aldi Ashfield Farm. Aldi's Ashfield Farm range. The packaging looks premium, the prices feel like a steal. Butcher's Select. 8 sausages for under £2. But the FSA recall database tells a different story. Ashfield Farm British breaded chicken steaks, recalled for undeclared milk. Ashfield Farm 30-day matured beef steaks, recalled for undeclared milk. The complete food group contamination, Aldi products affected. There's a pattern here, and it's not quality control excellence. Independent taste tests rated Aldi's specially selected sausages just 3.6 out of 10. Testers described them as truly awful, with one asking, "Is this even pork?" Aldi was also forced to redesign their packaging after Hex Sausages accused them of deliberately copying their branding to mislead customers. When a company copies the look of quality rather than actually delivering it, that tells you everything about their priorities. Safe alternatives. But you don't have to gamble with your health. There are sausages worth buying if you know where to look. For the best quality, regardless of price, Piper's Farm natural plain pork sausages set the standard. £7.60 for 6 sausages, available at pipersfarm.com with nationwide delivery. The ingredient list is 5 items: pork, gluten-free oats, water, salt, black pepper. That's it. No preservatives, no nitrates, no hidden fillers. The meat is 76% free-range, native-breed pork from regenerative farms with full traceability. Over 8,000 Trustpilot reviews rate them excellent. Yes, they cost more, but you're paying for what most sausages only pretend to be. If your budget matters, and for most of us it does, Lidl Deluxe Cumberland pork sausages deliver extraordinary value. £2.49 for 400 grams. That's less than Richmond, but you're getting 90% British pork instead of 42%. They carry RSPCA Assured certification and Red Tractor welfare standards. They're naturally gluten-free. Independent taste tests consistently rank them runner-up to products costing twice as much. Delicious magazine called them plump, moist, and beautifully browned. For even better value, Waitrose Essential British Pork Sausages cost just £2.15 for 454 grams. That's £4.74 per kilogram for outdoor-bred, higher welfare pork. Genuine quality at budget prices does exist. You just won't find it from the brands spending millions on advertising. The sausage industry has been hiding behind nation's favourite marketing while selling you 42% meat and calling it premium. Contamination recalls, horse meat scandals, undeclared allergens. The system isn't protecting you. But now you know what to look for, what to avoid, and where to find genuinely trustworthy alternatives. Which brand shocked you the most? Drop your experience in the comments, and if you want to watch another video like this one, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching.